Welcome to the Pretty Confident Podcast, where we embrace authenticity, own our worth, and build unshakable confidence. I'm your host, Sierra Renee, so let's dive in. What's up, you guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Pretty Confident Podcast. We are rocking and rolling in February, and if you don't know what I mean, I'll just go ahead and tell you. If this is your first episode tuning in, I'll just tell you. This means, this jacket. Okay, this jacket means that I am recording not one, but 2 episodes in one day. I absolutely need to figure out the sound effect name for that. I don't even know maybe it's lasers. I don't know. I'm going to search it, but I did try to search it in a past episode and I just could not find it. And I was like, well, I'm not going to sit here and rack my brain to try and find the sound effect sound name, whatever. Okay. But anyway, how are you all doing? Hopefully this February is going mighty fine for you. I think this episode is the 3rd episode of the month, the 3rd week. Okay, so that means we are trucking along, because if I can go ahead and finish out this month, I will have a couple weeks to sit down and not record anything and just come up with ideas to talk about on this podcast. Okay, but anyway, y'all know what I always say. Drop in the comment section what you all want to hear about, because if not, I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about and what I'm going through and what I'm seeing and what I'm, thinking and my take on certain things. Okay. So definitely drop in the comment section if you have something that you want advice on, if there's something that you want me to touch on, if there's something that I touched on before and you want me to, re-listen to what I said and then decide on if that's still a stance that I would take. I don't know. We grow in our ideas and, methods and takes on certain things change with how we grow. Okay. So I'm not opposed to redoing an episode if I've changed my viewpoint on things. But anyway, how are you all doing? It's the 3rd week of April. Oh my gosh, February. Not only my weeks are all over the place, my months. Okay, I just want to hurry up and get to May so that my baby girl can be born and I can see her pretty little chubby face. Oh, cannot wait until I can just pinch her and hold her and rock her. Oh my gosh. I don't know what I'm going to do when I actually have her. And then I'm looking back on these videos like, oh my gosh, I was so excited. I couldn't wait until she got here. And can't. Okay, and cannot. But anyway, welcome to another week of the Pretty Confident Podcast. I hope you all are doing well. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're a real OG from the very first episode or a returning listener, thank you so much for coming back and giving your time once again. Or if you are a new listener, thank you so much for tuning in to see what this episode and platform is all about. Okay. And hopefully you find a community and a home here in return, so that you could be a returning listener instead of just a new listener. Okay. Well, this is the, like I said, 2nd episode that I'm recording today. Let me see. I don't really have much to really say. I really feel like when I record one episode, there's a little bit more that I'm able to say in the beginning, but when I record 2, I'm like, well, I'm not going to repeat what I said in the first episode as far as like how I'm feeling and things like that. But what I will say is this pregnancy has been treating me so nice, and by the time this episode comes out, I should be 29 weeks. Oh my goodness, I'm so curious on how my stomach will look, on how my face will look, on how my hair will look. Like, I don't know, my hair has been feeling and looking good. If you don't know, I did a big chop, a very big chop. Okay, like I hacked off so much hair, but I'm not regretting it. Like, I had this one real cute picture of just like my side profile with my hair and my edges. Oh my gosh, my hair looks so good, and I just know my baby girl's gonna have thick hair because her daddy got thick hair. And if you see the mane that is on my head, if you are listening to this, you cannot see, but if you are watching, y'all, when I tell you my hair is so freaking thick, it'd be a workout and then some to do all this hair in one day. Like, and I mean from detangling to clarifying shampoo to moisturizing shampoo to protein treatment on the 5th of every month, and then to deep condition, and then leave-in conditioner, style. And I don't like finger shingling my hair. If y'all see a couple episodes ago where I had finger shingle my hair, I looked terrible. So I have to go through each section, which is actually nice because I just go through each section and tangle tease my curls instead of having to go in and curl every little one. So that's one thing that I do like about my hair. So yeah, it is a struggle and a half, and it's like an 8-hour job. Because then my hair, when it does have products, it does take a little bit longer to dry, especially because most of my products want my hair to be soaking wet when I use it, like the pattern leave-in conditioner. I think I actually like that conditioner, and then I tried the Miche Tropical Oasis Anti-Freeze Hair Gel, I think it's what it's called. I don't know, but those two products, I actually like the aftermath of what it gives me. And then as far as like moisturizing my hair daily, if you're listening to this and you're a guy, you know, just free tips on taking care of your girl's hair, or if you have a daughter, taking care of her hair. But then what I go in with on a daily to, you know, really moisturize my hair, because since I have high porosity hair, I really feel like it doesn't matter what type of hair you have. Like there's type 2, 3, and 4, A, B, and C. I really feel like it doesn't matter what type of hair you have. It matters on how well your hair holds hydration and moisture, and that's where hair porosity comes in. So I have high porosity, which means my hair, once it gets wet, it gets wet, you know, really easily. It doesn't fight off water. But that also means that it doesn't struggle letting go of water either. So if I don't have any product in my hair gets dry really, really easily. So on a daily, I go in with this buttercream by TGIN. Thank God it's natural. Daily moisturizer. And then what I've started to do more recently, now that I'm leaving my hair out, is now go on top with the Blue Magic. And so my hair feels moisturized. It feels, you know, oiled and feels all good and stuff. So I don't have any crunchies. I don't have any like dry patches. So that's one thing that I can say like makes my hair feel so healthy, is making sure that I'm implementing routines. So I say all that to say, okay, are y'all still on y'all quarterly planning or bingo boards or vision boards, prayer boards, whatever you decided to do for 2026? And are you implementing routines that not only reflect the lifestyle that you want to have, but helping you achieve those goals? Because most of the time we're just not disciplined enough. So creating routines that make us become disciplined is what's going to get there. Okay. All right. Let's ride. So in this episode, I'm going to talk about staying in relationships because it feels familiar, whether that's your friendships, whether that's relationships with certain of your family members, whether that's a romantic relationship. If you are staying because it is familiar and not because it is, you know, fulfilling and serving you, what are you doing, girl? What are you doing, my guy? What are you doing? You need to leave, because at the end of the day, it's going to happen inevitably. But if you're not prepared for it and it happens on the other person's time, it may take you by surprise. And what I mean by this is I saw a social media content creator. She normally focuses on just makeup, and I didn't know anything else about her life, which I feel like I like that a little bit. Okay, I like that a little bit. You know, tell us your wins in your personal life and everything. But I feel like when it comes down to telling your losses, depending on the severity of that loss, can bring like negative energy onto your page. And so I saw that when she announced that she's now about to be a single mom. She's getting a divorce, and she got kicked out of the home that they, you know, had together. So I feel like a lot of people was starting to like, you know, just bash her in the comments, which I'm just like, you know, tell your truth if that doesn't bother you, if other people, you know, weighing in doesn't bother you. But at the end of the day, don't allow negativity to get to you. So if you do open your page up to that type of negativity, to the type of, you know, people that's gonna comment and do whatever and say whatever on your relationship, you know, so be it. But you really have to have some confidence and not paying attention to the haters, because sometimes those get to people, especially on bad days. You never know what days somebody is having. That's why I just don't comment on people's stuff unless I'm leaving something positive. And I feel like there's not enough people where their parents either taught them, if you don't have nothing to say, don't say it at all, or their parents did teach them that and they decided to fully neglect that when they got older. But yeah, I don't say anything mean if I don't have anything nice to say, especially on Black female stuff. Like if I don't agree, if I don't like it, I'm going to talk about it in my own space. I'm not going to put anything out there negative to get you down, especially if I don't know what type of day you're having or I don't know the full story. And I think that's the majority of people's issues is they think they know everything about somebody, or because somebody opened up a little bit about their situation. Oh, well, I can draw this conclusion from here and I could tell, oh my gosh, my light just went out. Anyway, but I can tell that this is just the type of person you are, da 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 da. I just feel like people don't have a filter anymore. And I feel like that is what's going to really get to some of these people, because honestly, I don't know if y'all seen the one creator that posted something and some guy went on her page and commented something mean. She found that man in real life, pulled up. I think she drove like 3 to 5 hours, pulled up at his job and said, "Do you see how easy it was for me to find you?" Savagery, complete savagery. Like, I was like, okay, girl, but at the same time, let's not do that anymore, because what if something would have happened? You went to go find him. But anyway, but yeah, let's say, let's stay away from that. But yeah, staying because it's familiar, I promise you, will be the eternal doom of most women, because you're staying in an environment that no longer stimulates you. It more so drains you. And so that means that whenever you walk in, whenever you get around, whenever you wake up, you're automatically drained, because now you got to think about, oh, well, this doesn't, this irritates me, or this doesn't serve me, or this doesn't, fulfill me or stimulate me. Nothing that I do in this environment, or nobody else in this environment makes me happy. So I'm staying because it's orderly. No, I can control. I don't want to say you can control the chaos, but it's manageable chaos, because you've already been in it for so long that you've started to now manage yourself within the chaos, instead of figuring out where you need to go to pour life back into yourself. And I promise, men and women, when you are staying somewhere that doesn't serve you, doesn't stimulate you, and constantly drains the life out of you, everybody can see it. Because as soon as you get out of that situation, you just have this glow about you that is just like, oh my gosh, what is she doing different? What is he doing different? Because he looks good, he looks confident, she looks good, she looks confident, and she just has a wind about her that says that something in her life changed for the better, and she is reaping the benefits, or he is reaping the benefits. So that is what I mean by it is going to be your eternal doom, because staying in chaos, operating in chaos is not going to help you thrive. It's going to keep you chaotic, keep your mind scattered, and you will not be able to see your way straight. Okay. I think that for the girls and guys, I'm always going to talk from a girl standpoint, but I know there may be some guys listening based on the analytics, but I feel like staying in a place where it's familiar, but it doesn't serve you or make you happy, really holds you back from what you truly deserve. In my last episode, I talked about, staying somewhere longer than what you need to really delays the growth, the good, the great after that comes afterwards. But staying longer than you need to is going to delay whatever good, whatever aftermath from leaving a situation may bring you. So that's what I mean by I feel like it truly holds a male back from what you really deserve. So the longer you stay, the longer you put off getting what you really deserve, because you can't manage something good with something chaotic, because all that's going to do is add to your chaos. Is something else being added to your plate while you're trying to manage chaos is just going to be chaos as well. So you're not even going to see that one thing or that one person or that one job offer as a good stepping stone to the next, table, to the next, era of your life that's not chaotic, if you are just so focused on chaos and not looking forward. So yeah, I think it holds you back, and you won't get what you truly deserve if you stay in the chaos, if you stay in what's familiar instead of looking forward and trying to figure out what's my next step from here so that I can feel fulfilled, so that I can feel stimulated. when I was talking about the content creator, like I said, she kind of discussed her divorce, and she said that she knew it was coming. She knew that they were no longer on the same page, this, that, and the third. They only have one son, blase, blase. She said she already started to feel single, started to feel like a single mother, and all of this. And she said she was staying because it was familiar. And when he finally left, when he called it off, it was, one of the most catastrophic things that happened in her life. Well, if you knew that it was going to happen, because you had a feeling, you felt like it no longer served you. And she did hint towards it being like about the content creation, because you can make a good little buck off of content creation, especially, in the makeup industry, as far as like paid trips and this, that, and the third. She said that, it really messed her up when he called it quits. But at the end of the day, guys, if you're not going to do something best for you, don't be mad when the other person does what's best for them, especially men. Men are going to do what is best for them every single time. Every single time. They don't take into account, okay, well, what about the kids? Well, what about that? No, women do that. And so that's how women get tricked into staying longer than they need to. Okay. Oh, well, I don't want to be a single mom. You probably already are. If they're not helping you out, you probably already are. If you're constantly out of energy, you don't have any energy to pour back into yourself because you're so busy taking care of the household and what everybody's going to eat and what your child's doing after school and what the child needs to have done and what the extracurriculars they're doing. Women care more about everything that's going on except for them personally, and men will do what's best for them every single time. I've seen it over and over and over. Because I feel like women feel like they have to be the structure and the foundation of the home, but honestly, it takes two. It's not just you, all right? It takes honestly two. So if the second half, your partner is no longer into it, if you are no longer into it and you guys are just trying to operate on different schedules because you guys don't like being in the same room or whatever the case may be, the foundation is shaky. It's cracking. It's not going to work. So men do whatever they want to do, what's best for them. And women, we do what we think is best for everybody included in the situation, even if it comes to being a detriment to us. Change it, leave. Because if she would have left, I kid you not, she would not have been so obviously there's going to be just some distraught there, because I don't know how long they were married and how old their kid is, but she would have been able to handle and manage it a little bit better than she said that she is since he called it off. Her words, not mine, okay? But you are waking up every morning dreading the day because you are in the same household as somebody that you no longer want to be with somebody that constantly puts you in a bad mood. There's no amount of self-talk, self-worth, self-whatever that you can have, self-encouragement that you can have within yourself to constantly try to combat that feeling every day, 24 hours of the day. No. If somebody doesn't make me feel good, if somebody constantly puts me in a bad mood, I have to get away from that, because that's going to affect my energy, environment, and my self-peace. Okay? So it's just, I don't know, I think about it and I'm just like, yeah, there's certain things that I accept for myself. There's certain things that I would not settle for myself. There's certain things that I would not do. But honestly, I can't say what I would and wouldn't do because I'm not in that position. I'm not in that situation. And so that's one of my biggest things. Don't talk from a position that you have not been in, because it could easily be you. But if it's avoidable, why would I do that? Oh my gosh. Am I mean? Does that sound mean? I don't know. But anyway, I'm not putting myself in that situation. Yes, if we have kids and, we're trying to work things out, if we've already decided that this is not going to work and we're just in two different spaces, or you don't like my occupation, but it's my pink collar job, like we call pink collar jobs for girls that are doing something that they genuinely like to do and are providing a service or any type of thing that makes other people feel good too. So if I'm constantly deciding okay, I'm trying to make this work, and it's not working, okay, it's time for me to move on. not going to try to make it work or stay because I'm just familiar with the dynamic. I'm just familiar with the chaos. No, thank you. All right. So stop always trying to be the brace, the glue of a relationship, leave, because stress is definitely one of the leading causes of death, of heart attacks, of strokes, and everyone, but most definitely Black women. So I am very big on no stress. Now, there has been some times recently that I don't want to say that I've been stressing, but I've been overthinking. And, honestly, when it comes to me overthinking, I've said this before in a very early on episode of my platform, that when you overthink about something, you don't trust yourself or you don't trust someone else to handle a certain situation or whatever that topic is about. So when I say that I was overthinking, I was really overthinking about motherhood and how my dynamic with most family members are going to change, because it's no longer Sierra, the independent person who she just is by herself. It's now Sierra, her husband, and her daughter. And I really feel like that transition is going to hit a lot of people in my family harder, because I've kind of lived on my own since going to college majority of the time, and I've become independent. I've become somebody stable and able to handle and take care of myself and not really need a lot of people. But a lot of times in my family, some family members can feel like if they're not needed, or if you don't need help, their worth means nothing. But I'm just like, why would you deem your worth based off other people needing you? And I don't know, that is just a character description of who somebody is. I'm not going to say a flaw, but to me it's a flaw. Honestly, I am going to call it a flaw. It is a flaw to me if you feel like you have to be needed in order for somebody to love you or treat you a certain way. I feel like not too many people, especially in Black families, not too many people check on the ones that don't need help. And so since I've been going through a lot of my life without extended family members really checking in on me when, things were kind of going on behind the scenes, but I'm too prideful to tell anybody. And versus now that everybody is trying to check on me while I'm pregnant, I'm just like, it's annoying because you didn't do this when it was just me. But now it's because you want to have a part in this person's that I'm creating life. And so it's just annoying a little bit, because it's like, okay, now the quiet Sierra, the one that just quietly exits and disregards any and everybody, is now going to have to put her foot down and let people know very sternly about where she stands on certain things. So to me, I've been overthinking about the transition because I don't know what motherhood is like, and I don't know the type of mother I will be until certain situations and certain scenarios actually play out. So that's one thing that I've been really looking into. But if you are stressing about something that you can honestly change, like right now, I can't change that. I honestly just have to wait until my baby girl gets here and see how certain things play out, and then speak about those I spoke about boundaries with one of my yearly goals. Set boundaries and speak them clearly, because it is a privilege to have somebody else's child in your life. There's going to be some, oh, well, I did this. I don't care what you did. You feel obligated and entitled, and that is not what this is. So yeah, that's one of the things that I've been thinking about. But if you can honestly change and control your environment based on how you feel and how other people make you feel, this, that, and the third, and you're stressing because you don't want to make the change, or you don't know how the change will affect you and your lifestyle afterwards, you're going to stress about it, and you are going to be left unserved and delaying whatever success that you have on the other side of that wall that you're putting up for yourself. So leave when you feel like that your environment and the person that you may be around no longer stimulates you and your growth. Stop staying for the similarity. Stop staying for the controlled chaos. Search for peace. I think that's the number one thing. Search for peace and do what is best for you, because other people are going to do what's best for them when they no longer deem that your feelings are important to them. So they will only put you first as long as they deem you important. But as soon as that relationship is done, as soon as that feeling and connection is cut, they're going to do what's best for them. So put yourself first when you feel like that connection is no longer there and you've done everything that you could to mend the relationship, to, get everything to stick together. But you can only be as strong, or that relationship can only be as strong as both people are willing to put into it. So yeah, you guys, stop staying in places where you're not wanted. You don't want the other person, and you're just there because you're used to the routine. It's literally going to drain the life out of you. Yeah. But that's what I wanted to say. But I'm going to go because my light turned out. So, that's what comes with recording 2 episodes in one day. So I'll take it. So hopefully the quality is still good. I'll try to edit it if it's not. But yeah, you guys, I will see you in next week's episode. I love you all. And hopefully one time I'll show you guys my belly bump, if it's cute. If it's not, you guys aren't going to see it. But anyway, love you guys. Take care of yourselves. Put yourselves first. And I will see you all in the next episode. Peace. Thank you for tuning in to the Pretty Confident Podcast. Remember, confidence isn't about perfection. It's about embracing who you truly are. So until next time, stay bold, stay authentic, and stay pretty confident. Peace out.